Hello again, and welcome to another episode of our Read Aloud. Today I'm going to read a very famous fable called or titled The Fox and the Grapes. It's one of Aesop's most famous fables, and I hope that you enjoy it. As I read this story, it's going to be addressed to the students, not to the parents or the teachers. I'm going to go over the key vocabularies in this story. I'm also going to provide some discussion question. So you can just play this video and you can sit in the background. And after I read the story or after the video, then you can have a meaningful discussion with your students or children. Very important with the vocabulary. Okay, make sure that the students can translate these vocabulary definitions in their own words so that they can understand and have ownership with it. I would suggest also that you may want your students or your children to use the vocabulary words in their own sentence.
Hello, boys and girls. So this week, our story is titled The Fox and the Grapes. And I'm sure you've heard of this story before. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to read the vocabularies and then read through the story one time, okay? And then we'll play it again. Hopefully you do. And I want you to read along as I read again the second time. Okay, so let's get started with first the vocabulary. Here are the core vocabulary for the fox and the grapes. These vocabulary, you will find them. These are words that you will find in the story. And we need to define them so you know what they mean. First word is bunch. It means a group of objects such as fruits or vegetables growing close together or placed together. The next word is juicy. It's an adjective. It means full of juice. Next word is lunged. It's a verb. Means moved forward suddenly. The next word is pluck. It's a verb. It means to remove suddenly, to pull off. And then the last word is ripe. It's an adjective. It means ready to be used or eaten. Okay, so now let's get to the story. Oh, but wait a minute. Before we do that, look at this. There are a couple of questions that we need to think about. All right, so if you look at this picture right here that we have here, all right, the first question is, what character do you see? What character do you see? So think about that. Look at the picture. What character do you see? The next next question is, what is the fox doing? What is the fox doing? Okay, now let's move on to the story. Please follow along silently. The Fox and the Grapes. One hot summer day, a fox was strolling along when he noticed a bunch of juicy grapes just turning ripe, hanging on a vine high above. That's just the thing to take care of my thirst, said the fox. He trotted back a few steps, then ran forward and jumped, just missing the grapes. He turned around and tried again. 1, 2, 3, go, he said. He lunged at the grapes with all his might. But again, he missed. Again and again, he tried to pluck the grapes from the vine. But at last he gave up. He walked away with his nose in the air, saying, I didn't want those old grapes anyway. I am sure they are sour. Okay, boys and girls, now let's try reading it again, but this time I want you to read along with me. Are you ready? All right, let's do this again. The Fox and the Grapes. One hot summer day, a fox was strolling along when he noticed a bunch of juicy grapes just turning ripe, hanging on a vine high above. Hmm, that's just the thing to take care of my thirst, said the fox. He trotted back a few steps, then ran forward and jumped, just missing the grapes. He turned around and he tried again. 1, 2, 3, go, he said, and he lunged at the grapes with all his might. But again, he missed. Again and again, he tried to pluck the grapes from the vine, but at last he gave up. He walked away with his nose in the air, saying, I didn't want those old grapes anyway. I'm sure they are sour. All right, good job, boys and girls. So again, like any stories that we've read this time, there is a lesson to be learned here, right? There's a moral lesson. So what is the moral lesson of this story, The Fox and the Grapes? So let's look at it. The moral lesson of this story is you shouldn't speak badly about something that you once wanted just because you can't have it. All right, there you have it. That's the moral story. You shouldn't speak badly about something that you once wanted just because you can't have it. All right, so now you will hear the term sour grapes. All right, sour grapes. Sour grapes is a term or a phrase that people use all the time. Every time they speak badly of things that they cannot have. Okay, boys and girls, so I want you to practice reading The Fox and the Grapes and make sure that you keep reading. All right, bye-bye for now.